Yo, check. What's up now? Now the thing is that people might say, yo, DGL7, you trying to become Kanye West out here. I'm actually gonna show the evidence and really make my case over here, and you guys tell me what you think. So, okay. Let's take a look at over here. This actually recently was really pissed me off when I saw this Andrew Yang here looking like he's such a badass. Get out of here, man. You straight corny, bro. Anyways, so over here you could see someone says I was talking about the Universal Plan for 22. This has actually got candidates from all around the nation to break ties to party lines and to say that they were ready to, you know, work in harmony to achieve certain things. And one of them was to refund public housing, right? Another one was, so this guy said number 4, no more market trading by government officials to prevent recurring insider trading. You know, credit to Nancy Pelosi, Kelly Loeffler for the inspiration. That's pretty funny. But that is right. Candidates were able to come across party lines, party Republicans, Democrats, Independents, Greens, Libertarians to support some things together. And with the open vote that we had, those were the things that received unanimous agreement on, which is pretty cool. Anyways, so now the thing is that this guy says Andrew Yang is a well-known Asian political activist who supports other candidates. Ugh. Okay, let me tell you about Andrew Yang, and I'm actually going to point you out because Andrew Yang did not start off this corrupt, but he rapidly got assimilated. I'm going to talk about because I got to see the fall, I got to see all around it, and also I got to see him interacting with New York people, and I got to see the whole decline and the fading. So I'm not going to just get into Andrew Yang at this point. I'm going to get into a bunch of other officials at this time. Yeah, I mean, you saw me talk about somebody in the recent Korean festival event that I went to go and see some. I saw some people and I had talked to them. And you're gonna see me at the end of this video, and at the end of many of my videos, I'm just gonna start sending the emails in real time, so you guys can actually see and you get a document, right? These people keep ignoring emails, but yet these people want to be in charge. They're rewarded for only seeing things, right? And everybody says, "Oh, well, maybe they didn't see it. Maybe shut the fuck up." Okay? These people, it's their business to know what's going on. And if they don't know what the fuck is going on, they shouldn't be in charge. They're being rewarded for just for fucking building the best echo chamber. And that's just the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Anyways. So the thing is that Andrew Yang right here is a tool. His staff is 100% white, as you can see behind him in the pictures here. Right? And I can show you they actually removed this and we're just talking about the Ford Party now. I'm gonna get to other I'm talking about other Asian American icons in the game, and they're gonna come up. This is gonna be very interesting, right? Yeah, forward. We have a list of candidates here. Okay, that's nice. They have some more up. Okay, they have one black one. Oh my God, what are you doing? Yeah. Wow. This is a disaster. And so, anyways, yeah, going back to the thing, right? Yeah, that's who they. Is there any way to find out who their staff is? Who is actually Forward? Why Forward? Okay, who is Forward? Do they endorse people? Is Forward Andrew Yang? Who is it? I want to join. Okay, I want to join who? Join what? Forward Thinking blog Miles Taylor by the Forward Party. Spencer Reynolds used to be on their staff page. Blair Walsingham was on their staff page. Mary Ann Mancuso, I think you were on their staff page as well. Nate Smolenski, you have some new people, okay. And you're doing this to increase your ROI or your what is it? Your search SEO, your search engine optimization. Okay. Well, luckily I've already recorded all this information. Once again, you can see the whole staff, right? Did you see any Asian Americans here? Mary Anna Mancuso. It's Laura Del Savio, right? Yeah, she's their staff. Oh, Oh, they do. So they still have, right? You can still find them backwards here. Let's go back and take a look. Yeah. Okay. Let's go take a look at this. All right. We're going to the. We're gonna make all the ties to the Israeli state stuff real soon. So just hold on, all right? With the Yang Gang 4-part plates. Okay. So we were talking about the wow. There's so much history. So much has happened. But anyways, yeah. So the thing is, the entire staff is white. I think that's near. There's so many videos here. So much has happened. But this is actually a big one because this is actually still current. Here we go. Okay. So their staff page is
when
still
people signed up to
available
be part of.
right
What
here.
else is also?
Yeah, this is their old staff page, right? So you can see Andrew Yang, founder, Matt Shiners, interim executive director, deputy political director, communications strategist. And instead of having conversation about it, they're just told all the media people to not talk to me, and also they're just hiding the information now, becoming less transparent because of the embarrassing truth. Every single person, coordinator in New York City's Yang Gang was was a minority person. Not that it's really not that I think that not that we were trying to keep white people out or anything, but you know, it made sense that Asian Americans, they were pretty much all Asian American. It was a very exciting thing to see an Asian American able to come so far. So they were heavily involved, and every single one of them is gone. But yet, right? Yeah, the person who made this post, right? And I know that they're sympathetic to myself, and I appreciate them. You know what I mean? But the fact that you get to wave a flag with this guy's face on it, right? Yeah, you don't know what he's truly become or what he represents to Asian Americans. He's actually oppression. Actually, Andrew Yang is they replaced all of us with professional corporate campaign consultants. And I'll show you one of them right now. And here's the beginning of the Israeli state ties right here. Here's the beginning where it becomes really obvious. So first of all, right, if you remember that Andrew Yang himself, okay, is actually, what is it? Okay. Yeah, she went traveling. She's in San Francisco. She's in New York. She's in Iowa. She's all over, right? Yeah, she was a big part of their whole thing. She was also hucking NFTs, right? Another, right, overpriced JPEGs. That's her whole NFT scam thing. Yang Gang, whatever. Okay. But the thing is, she's the corporate Yang Gang that came in and took over the whole entire movement. Now you could see, oh, he does have a black person, but he does not have Asian Americans behind him. And even now more than ever, all the minorities with me, right? Watch this video, right? All the white people stay with Andrew Yang, and he's got to import people from out of New York City to come to New York to try to run things. They still can't run any events here. That's Willie Conway right here. You can see me talk with him, the national director of the Forward Party. I'm talking. You could watch that. You should watch that video. But all the minorities, right, in New York City are hanging with me at this event, and Yang is not there. Well, you guys, if you guys are in, you guys know all these people. On the ground. They're still supposed to talk to me. Yeah, this guy's still running around doing his whatever. Yeah. Listen, I mean, I'm not trying to embarrass them, right? Yeah. I mean, I know they're not going to be thrilled about being identified in this video, but all the minorities are at the event with me. What is this, man? You know what I mean? Come on, man. Oh, this is ridiculous. Anyways. So, it's not just, right, also I would say that Brian Mannix, who wanted to run with the Ford Party, was also dissed. That's sad, man. It is what it is. Yeah, I mean, they could have, they could have at least said no openly and given reasons or anything, right? Yeah, or just, there was just a failure of communication. And led to a lot of misunderstandings, and, you know, it was just, it's embarrassing. So let's go back to over here, my response. Okay. Andrew Yang is a lie, and they use the money that's supposedly going to support UBI and redirect it towards Israeli state interests. Okay, so now if we walk to the Carly Riley thing, there's a video with her on Bloomberg, and actually she's a Bloomberg. She works for Bloomberg. Isn't that interesting, right? This is wow, what a piece. Can you see this?
When people say, "Oh, I don't think he can win," it's like, imagine what we.
They got the black guy there. They got the Asian guy filming, but they faced the corporate thing. They kept it. You know what I mean? By diversity means white and black people. There were some Asians who were pushing the way to the front, but they were not. It was really Carly Riley, and she's part of the Bloomberg situation right here.
Can do when this guy has money behind him? Because like, look what happened when he didn't have money behind him. It's incredible.
I mean, the music's white, kind of, you know what I mean? If you take, and I'm not mad at that, you know what I mean? The people in the video are white. This is geared towards a white audience, which is not, I'm not mad at, you know what I mean? But this is a corporate, very corporate style production, filming, aesthetic, right? Straight up.
Finance director for Andrew Yang's campaign. Good morning. How you doing? Good morning. Hello. Good morning. How are you? Hello. Good morning. How are you? I gotta hop off. Good morning. Good morning. So just wondering if a gift of like 500 is something you could do today.
Why is she so successful where other people are not? Was her maybe she just is she just has a magic voice or something? Maybe she just knows a lot of rich people? What is it? We're gonna see in a moment.
So since this morning, I have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 26, 27, 28.
That's nice. Okay, so.
And now it's number 29.
How much money did you make off those calls?
Hello, sir. My name is Carly Riley. I'm calling with a group called Fair Fight Action. We're making sure that folks are registered to vote in the 2020 election. May I ask a quick question? I know I'm distracting you here. I gotta ask. So what are your thoughts on Andrew? I assume you watched the debates?
Yes.
All right, what are your thoughts?
I think I need a little bit more specifics, and I appreciate we need to work on higher education, so I'm concerned with that.
Well, he certainly, wants to pay teachers more. He says that multiple times. You know, if you have been thinking about maxing out, we would really...
I have much more critical view of higher education in general. First of all, they say education's so good for you. I could go off on a tangent, but, I will actually finish that tangent. Wait a second, okay? The thing is that a lot of these schools that are owned here, like Cornell, Pace, things like that, who owns these schools? And I'm going to have to say that, honestly, a lot of it is owned by Jewish people, straight up. They're selling a product of higher education through Andrew Yang in this message right here. Now let's take a look at, the reality of higher education for Asian Americans in this country. You really don't know any prominent Asian Americans, right? In fact, if we watch last night's election coverage, right? Let me go to that right here, right? I really noticed this last night. This is just triggering for me, right? Yeah. Let's go 2022 election coverage. Okay. You're being sold a lie right here. Anyways, yeah. So let's go take a look at this one. Let's go look at this one over here, right? Yeah. Okay.
Partisan, and to help them stay that way, the team is insulated
nice.
from things like
we have
politicians in the
line.
outside world are
we
saying,
got,
so they can remain as
NBC on the line.
unbiased
Okay.
as
We
possible.
could go to PBS as
Our
well.
thanks to
okay.
Tonight with Joshua.
White people, brown
like
people, black
Georgia,
people, right? Yeah. What is this
and like Pennsylvania.
Asian Americans who look like me, especially East Asians, they might have Arabic on. They might have an Indian on. Those are more acceptable. But Asian Americans that look like me, we're the least acceptable. Black people, white people, you know what I mean? All the commentators are going to be white. Maybe they'll have a couple black ones on. Yeah,
investigations. But the loss is also with us.
Or at
Some.
but okay, let's talk about what we know.
Okay, that's the NBC coverage. Let's go to the Fox coverage. Do they have any Asian Americans on? Okay, if it is, it's a female guaranteed, right? Yeah. Well, not really. Now we've been dominating academics since the 80s. Higher education, right? Yeah, we've been doing great at that. But you can see that we're not marketable in any of these segments here. We're not right on these screens. We're not running for these positions. Are we too stupid, ugly, or lazy to be any part of this whole program? Either the Fox or the NBC. Let's go to PBS. Let's go check out PBS election coverage. Let's go see, right? Yeah. We've been dominating academics since the 80s. You know what I mean? Higher education. You're selling them. And we'll talk about, in the activism world, the involvement of, the educational system in, taking over real estate is actually huge. Them along with BlackRock, they're working together at NYU. Oh my God, it's a big mess. It's a nightmare. Is this PBS? Okay, let's see the PBS footage. Okay, once again, right
we
now.
proved
6th insurrection.
You got a good-looking ethnic female, probably Latina. Could be Asian, who knows? You got Trump looking all badass. You got another white guy. You got another white guy. You know what I mean? Hey, look, I am mad. You know what I mean? What is that? Are you talking with... Oh, Latino. Okay. The black and brown people count. Yeah? Asian Americans don't. Brown. Black and brown. Okay, you got some brown people here. That's cool. No East Asians like me. And if they do, they're female. But Asian American men have been doing great. There's a female there. Oh, they got one. They're diverse now, yeah? They got one, yeah? But if you're a man, you're not allowed in this realm. Even though we've been dominating academics, right? Yeah, oh, they got their smart a lesbian right there. Hey, look, you know what I mean? They got to open a lane, so they got to corner some of us out. And someone who looks like me, You're just not allowed in this field. They'll allow an Arabic in, not me. None, right? Maybe if it was just one of them. No, it's all of them. All of them, all the time. Whatever. That's the. Anyways, yes. So, we're gonna go to some of the states of Asian American activism, like this foundation, this new New York State's first ever Asian American Pacific Island Commission. We're gonna talk about some of that in a moment. But the fact of the matter is that once Andrew Yang came to New York City, then he started messing around with Grace Meng. And Grace Meng, you know, they've been winning elections down here. They have their little, like, you know, setup here. She's a vice chair of the DNC. She has some access. She doesn't want to be embarrassed if she endorses Yang, but she don't want to see him possibly win on name recognition and then be left out. So she's got to kind of like play her bet. Originally, Ron Kim and Grace Meng did not like Andrew Yang. They did not respond to calls made by people in the grassroots. But this is all being supposed to go. All this reality is supposed to be papered over by the corporate consultants, so they can run their agenda. Never mind what happened to the volunteers, including the fact that, you know, Humanity for Arizona, right? They actually dissolved a actual not-for-profit that they formed. I mean, a not-for-profit they formed to work on issues related towards, you know, it's disgusting and sad. What a waste. Anyways, so the thing is, you know, they made a lot of calls for down-ballot candidates. And we can see that they're doing this again, right? They had this cycle of candidates that they're supposed to be supporting. But the people that were making calls for them, a lot of them walked away. But you're not going to hear about any of them because they're the workers. They're the help. And I'm sorry to say that the media is completely complicit in squashing on the workers because they need access to people like Andrew Yang and his team of, his very small team and his very white team and his basically 100% white team of staff that's managed him, like CAA, Creative Artists Agency. There's a tie to Hollywood, the education industry, the real estate industry, activism, all of this. We're going to actually make the ties to the real estate industry in a moment, especially here in New York City, besides the Pace Cornell tie that I've already made right here. So the thing is that I just want to cover that because Andrew Yang is kind of like one of the best known Asian American activists that would just be mentioned, I think, by most people, supposedly. Anyways, so Andrew Yang is actually here, use the money to, right nowadays, because the Four Party doesn't even support UBI anymore. They think Asian American activism, and they were directed towards Israeli state interests. Now, yeah, Andrew Yang supported Siraj Patel. Yeah, okay. But Siraj Patel is actually right, yeah. Thrilled to have his support in the race, but isn't Siraj Patel a Democrat? Like, I thought the whole reason of him starting, right, the third party is because he didn't believe in the Democrats. Isn't that the case? Yeah? Let's look for Siraj Patel. Let's look at it right now. He's running as a Democrat, 100%. Democrat for Congress. Exactly. He's a Democrat, right? So why would he support him? Oh, okay, I'll tell you why. Because the thing is that, remember that Grace Meng, vice chair of the DNC, let's go see Grace Meng right here. She is actually in Forest Hills, and the majority of her support comes from actually the Jewish community. In fact, let me just type Grace Meng Israel, and you're going to see the outflow of love and support coming for her. She's actually provisions critical to Israel. What? Critical? Let's see this one. Who's publishing this? Okay, interesting. Oh, critical, like not in a bad way, critical like to helping them. Okay. The way it's written, it could be read in a couple ways. Ooh, that's crafty. I guess that's why these people are so smart, right? 69 and you'll see on Twitter, she's very, like, she says something, they love her, yeah? Her district really is really more Jewish than Asian American. She does some Asian. There are some Asian Americans there, but she's really there. She's a co-chair of the bipartisan task force on coming anti-Semitism, and that's cool. You know what I mean? But that's really what comes first on JewishInsider.com. She's known. I'm not mad at that. You know what I mean? I would say that Jews can be actually allies, and I would be friends with them. But there is unfortunately, right, sometimes a way that they treat their partners as less than. And you could see that what happens, right, with, once again, right, with the way that they've completely replaced all the staff with non-Asian Americans, completely said, your concerns are irrelevant. We know better, and we're just going to replace all of you while we have, right, the person that we need to maintain the face of this organization. Yeah, okay. I mean, this is Asian Americans you're doing this to, all right? You know what I mean? We're not stupid, all right? This is not going to fly fucking great. And we'll remember. Just, you know how it is to remember, right, when you've been wronged. Go ahead. Yeah, we'll do the same thing. Okay. So he's being, because Grace Meng turned Yang onto the dirty money, aka the Israeli state money, and he never looked back. That's why he's working with Siraj Patel, right? Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. That's the unifying trait right there. He betrayed all Asian Americans, and now none will work with him, but he's still portrayed as the Asian American of choice. No Asian Americans in New York City will actually work with Andrew Yang. None of the coordinators, yeah? Nobody's asking questions. Who cares about the workers, right? Not the media, not Breaking Points, not Jimmy Dore, not Combo Couch, not Frank Analysis. They don't care about the workers. They gotta talk to the big shot. I guess they're gonna somehow look out for us though, with their, you know, relatable reporting. That also, why are there no Asian American, you know, producers of progressive content that are, you know, allowed into their circle? Because it's just about political power. There's no, the diversity, and you know, it's just good to understand that and learn that. People on the top might fool themselves. People on the bottom, there's no lying. We see exactly what's going on every day. We feel the effects of it. You know, I mean, what's happening to us is real. It's not theoretical. This is, okay, there's the minority guy, and then there's their minority guy, right? Yeah, that's just what this case is. This gift to me is disturbing and disgusting. Look at the back. It's Zach Grauman. Oh, he's fucking disgusting. Yo, he ran away from me. He was supposed to do a book release. You know what I mean? And I had something to say, but he don't want me showing up asking him embarrassing questions. It looks like we're being included, but I guess you're winning. This is not progress for Asian Americans or subjugation. Andrew Yang got a majority Jewish vote, not the Asian American vote. Wake up, dude. It's, wow, look that up, yeah? They don't talk about that. Look at where his support actually came from. Now there's a new $20 million Asian American fund. A new one. $20 million. Okay. Now the thing is that, you know, I'm talking to some Asian American, you know, people in the game, people coming up, whatever, you know. I'm not going to, you know, I will tell people behind, you know, but right now I'm not going to release, you know, I mean, we'll see, but I know they're going to cut me. Like, it's not hard to tell. Yeah, anybody who's lined up, there's a certain, you know, quality that they're going to represent, and they're going to be a team player in ways that are disturbing and wrong. And you're going to see that some people are allowed in the team, and some people are not allowed in the team. And I'm going to actually point out today for y'all and show y'all just straight up, right? Yeah, who gets to be part of the team and who's kept out of the team on a consistent and regular basis. I'm going to show you the achievements of the people who are in the team and the people who are outside the team in the Asian American movement here in New York City. I'm going to break it all down for you. Okay. Jen Raj Kumar. Okay, let's look at Jen Raj Kumar. Now, the thing is that when you take a look at Asian American Pacific Islander, right, yeah, now the South Asians, they are their own entity, but that's cool. So let's take a look at Jen Raj Kumar. South Asian American woman. Okay, and the first South, that's cool. Okay. So she's the one, right, yeah, who passes a landmark bill establishing the first Asian American Pacific Islanders Commission. Right? She also is involved with domestic workers the full protection of New York State human rights law. Okay, we're going to talk. Domestic workers are also something that a lot of Asian Americans are involved with, right? You're going to take a look at home care workers and stuff. That's actually another fight that's going on that actually pitted the disabilities community that I work with closely, as you guys are, if you're known with my work, and the Asian Americans community against each other. I have some footage of that. I haven't edited that together. I'm going to just show it on the stream. It's wild to watch these two communities collide together. And in this case, I do have to side with, we'll talk about that. Oh my God, that's crazy. But that's the realities of the situation. So the fact of the matter is that she started this commission, and we'll see this commission actually, I think the John Lewis site has it. They got $20 million. Where is it? Aha. No. API Coalition, $20 million in new state funding. Okay. So when is they got the one guy. John Lewis actually I think maybe better than the other. You know, as in terms of Andrew Yang, I think he's way better than Andrew Yang, number one. But you know, he's the one guy that somehow was able to make it. But you know, he's really I guess unicorn in the whole thing. But then you got the ladies over here, and I'm not, you know, that's just what happens. They just don't really want guys around. I mean, for him, he made it, right? So anyways, $20 million in new state funding. Okay. So where's that $20 million going to go? It's new, right? I asked if some of that could go to support my man, Stephen Lee, right? He got recently the NYPD decided to get rid of him, right? And well, here I ask you, right? Is Yang going to help me fight Sunrise's racism? Yo, we're going to talk. Oh, okay. So, okay, my bad. Let me go back to over here. So the thing is that, right? I said there's the minority guy and then there's their minority guy. And why is this duality created? Why is there, right? I mean, they already have a minority guy. Like, why do I even need to be here? Is it just because it has to be all about me? No. The thing is that, right, their minority guy makes sure that the resources go to fund their projects and make sure that it goes to serve their interests and not the community's interests. They don't want to hear from the people that are actually putting in the work to actually, right, change the conditions because they see something wrong and want to fix it, right? Yeah, not necessarily for the glory. I don't need the glory over here, but I'm saying that, right, if you're putting Andrew Yang as the only one who gets talked to every single time and never the people who are below him, you're really setting up a messed up condition, an artificial condition. And when people on the little people bring up issues and y'all never cover it so you can preserve your access to the big shots, and that became the norm in this industry of journalism, then we'll just set up new journalism. Obviously, y'all can't handle this shit, so get the fuck out. You know what I mean? That's just why I don't give a fuck. Hey, I have to deal with the reality. I don't get to pretend like people's gonna come up and start swinging for me. They're not. I'll swing me up on some freedom, just like Malcolm X said. Anyways. So this gift is disturbing, right? It looks like we're being included, blah, blah, blah. You know, you're winning. That's not progressive for Asian Americans. It's subjugation. Andrew Yang got a majority of the Jewish vote, not the Asian American vote. Wake up, dude. This is a white guy who posted this. I'm not mad at white people, but there's a narrative that was sold to him, and it's not his fault, right? The media sold him this narrative, but it's a lie. Now, right now, I'm part of a group called Save Section 9. And Save Section 9 is this group that we've been working on doing advocacy for people in public housing. I've been active for 30 years, back during the Obama era. That's when this whole plan was put into place to end public housing as we know it. I don't want to see my work get thrown away. We were told that a second fight would have to occur. That's supposed to be happening now. I'm really the only one left from that. I mean, there's not a lot of us left from that era. A lot of us are gone. I didn't know it would be like this. Holy shit, yeah? Well, here I am. Anyways, so the fact of the matter is that Save Section 9, there's a group called Sunrise. And I made a video covering the issue of like Andrew Yang and the connection to the Israeli state money, and they decided to get rid of me on some Kanye West type of stuff. You know what I mean? All right, whatever. But it is a reality. What do I? They're not gonna let me be anybody anyway, so I might as well tell the truth, right? Yeah. Ye had to walk away from $1 billion. I got no $1 billion to walk away from. You already saw. I showed you the footage, right? There's no such thing as Asian American activists. So either way, I have nothing to lose by telling you the truth. all that's gonna happen is, right, you're just gonna blackball me further and exclude me more. You already exclude. Go ahead, do it more. Do it more, yeah? So Sunrise, right? Yeah, they kicked me off the Slack. I'm not allowed to attend the legislative meetings, shit like that, yeah? Because honestly, a lot of the kids were starting to have conversations with me. You know what I mean? Sunrise has a lot of kids in it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of organizations where I talk to a lot of the members like me: Republicans, Democrats, Independents, Greens, Libertarians. All the members in all the groups I work with, all of them, they're all down for what I say. But the leadership wants to maintain their fiefdom, and they're allowed to do all kinds of stupid shit, playing manipulation games, right? Psychological games. It's just fucking stupid. And the media, by portraying only one set group out of each bunch, really contributes so much to this bullshit. The media that never covers an Asian American or their interest or views or perspective. So it becomes very clear as day to me. A couple of days I was on the phone with an Asian American person. They're building up to be in line. It's not hard to tell, right? Look at people who are running for offices, right? Trying to do this or that, right? You can see them starting to watch their Twitter. They're gonna be, some people call it virtual signaling. Hey, if you have virtue to signal, go fuck ahead. I have no problems with someone trying to, right? But people, the reason why virtue signaling is supposed to be bad because it's supposed to be inauthentic. Some people have something to gain. I should make a different video on that in my activist training video. I will make that later today. But the fact of the matter is that okay, so the fact is that the reason why Sunrise can just bump me out the way very easily, right, is because politically Asian American men are weak. I'm the only Asian American man really in the organization, you know what I mean? They got some women in there, right, nice and go along with the flow, right, even if all Asian men are gotten rid of. I mean, that's the way it is every night at the dance floor, right? Good. It's so disgusting. I don't want to be part of it anyways now. Straight up. Even if I could, I spit on it. Whatever. That's just me. But let's go back to the business at hand. So the thing is that Sunrise, because I'm showing how the Asian American community of activism is being taken advantage of by the Israeli state interests, right? They're being obviously inconsistent, right? To funnel money back, right, towards and we're gonna see where the 20 million goes, right? But is the ain't gonna help me fight the racism that faces Sunrise? Or are they gonna help me as an Asian American, right, get my place back, which I did nothing to? I'm talking about a true issue. I have the evidence right here, right? The Bloomberg, right? I showed you the Carly Riley. There's some of that. Besides the Carly Riley, there's more stuff. We'll talk about the ties. Oh, I talked about the real estate connections. We're gonna get to that with the housing and stuff. Okay, there's billions of dollars on the line right now. Is the new $20 million Asian American fund brand new, right, from April, right? Yeah, they got a brand new Asian American fund, $20 million. Okay. But what about is any of that money, right, when I had my when I was attacked and had my face broken open at a protest at Suraj Patel's office, did anybody help me even though I was trying to address what was happening to Asian American people? No. So you might say, Ed, it's just because you're this outspoken crazy individual. You're a piece of shit, Ed. You deserve what you can. Hey, we all make mistakes sometimes, but let me tell you, I'm not the only one out here, so let's wake the fuck up. Stephen Lee, you've seen another video, right? Yeah, he actually did work with Serpico, and they cornered him out of the whole entire political arena. The only president of a unionized Chinese restaurant in all of New York City, right? We unionized Amazon. Wow, you know what I mean? One warehouse, right? Yeah, big deal. Chris Smalls go meet Joe Biden, but one of the Chinese restaurants, you unionize it. Who gives a shit? You got one, eh? That's funny. Nobody covers it. Nobody cares. Okay. Right, you'll notice that when they have their lists of people that are recipients, blah, 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 It never includes Chinese Staff Workers Association or NMAS. It will include CAV, that's Coalition Against Asian American Violence. So let's go look these people up right here. Okay. Right now, Chinese Staff Workers Association, NMAS, kind of lined up against, this is one of them right here. And they've been around, right, the 24-hour workday, racial violence. There is a racial element to this. The Chinese American Planning Council, yeah, they have their own, organizations, and these organizations are not always in agreement. And honestly, I've been working with these people, Wing Lam. Okay, oh wow, Wing. Okay, that's the old name. I haven't seen Wing for a long ass time. Hey, look, nobody's perfect. Okay, but they've been around for 1979. Yeah, they've been around since They've been around for a long ass time. Notice that they're cut out. En masse. They were started in the 90s. I was there for the start of that thing. Let's see if they still there's still people that are involved, but they're actually less Asian American than they used to be. The old school. Jacob Reese House. Okay, that's cool. I should get at him actually. Who is this? Luis Velez. Racist displacement agenda. Okay, I got to get at these people. That's another. Yeah, NMAS would be involved in something like that. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that they do. Accomplishments. We're not multi-trade. Yeah, they're celebrating 20 years of organizing. Yeah. Yeah, I got some. Okay. So like that's some of their work, anyways. Yeah. Nah. All right, so the thing is that, right, that money could go to help me, right? Yeah, with my activism, New York City #1 street activist. You see me putting out work there. Some people getting paid to do things like this. I'm definitely not. Do I get donations? Y'all know I don't. So could use some funding, but some people get funded, some people don't. All the people at Sunrise. Oh, Sunrise has a lot of paid people. They got a lot of money. I guess they earned it because they're relatable. That's the effect of always keeping Asian American men off of the screen, right? Yeah, we can't market ourselves. We're stuck in shit land. We need, right? We can't be. Yeah, we're unmarketable. Is any of that money going to help me? What about the guy who was actually cited by Serpico for continuing working the NAP commission? What about fucking right, NMAS? What about CSWA, Chinese Staff Workers Association, with their fight? Yeah, none of that $20 million is going to help any of those organizations or me. This is not a one-time thing. This is a pattern of behavior. And this is going to be Sandra Ung. You're going to see Sandra Ung actually bump up against them. She'll probably be one of the beneficiaries of this money right here. Let's see, protest. Home care workers protest outside Sandra Ung's office. Okay. It's a lot of Chinese people right there. Oh, what's up? This guy right here, yeah. This guy's, I've seen him at a bunch of events. That guy's cool. I'm going to get him on an interview one of these days, yeah? I've just been busy. His English is not like really my style of English, but it's cool, man. Yo, look at this. Word up. Yo, look, they deep up in here, see? Yo. But you won't hear about the workers, right? Yeah, you're going to hear Sandra Ung, and that's all you're going to hear about. And I'm sorry to say that Yulin Yu is part of the problem. I'm sorry to say Ron Kim is part of the problem. And I'm not saying they have to continue to be part of the problem. We can start having discussions and shit like that. But there's been a real kind of like, I think really like some of these cats are a little bit new to the thing. I think Grace Meng's been around for a longer. It's time for her to stand up and show some leadership and start telling these people to start standing up with the community and stop fucking us. This can't get covered, right? Because why? because they have a smiling Asian face that's ready to say things are going on fine in the Asian American community. That's what they're ready to say. Will any of that $20 million go to help people like this? I fucking it better. It definitely won't help me though, right? Yeah, they'll put the money into a fund to help those people. They'll make sure that a motherfucker like me fighting for it is punished. Sorry, I got a little emotional there for a second. Anyways, I was told, literally told on the phone, that none of the money would help me and none of the money would go to Stephen. They said there's no money. I said, you just got $20 million. What do you mean you got no fucking money? You just got $20 million fucking dollars. What are you doing with that money? Stephen Lee made history, and what's everybody said? That's history. And instead of supporting him, we're withdrawing support because some powerful people don't like the fact that he's whistleblowing on the cops. How about my friend? That's the only unionized Chinese restaurant in the United States. I already mentioned that, right? CAV don't help me. Coalition Against Asian American Violence. I already showed them another thing. Let me show you what they're like right now. CAV, oh my God, so disgustingly bad. It should still be like that. I've made several videos about this. I'm making it again and again. Coalition Against Asian American Violence, yeah. And there are some guys here, right, sprinkled in the crowd. But when you look at their staff, right, you can see that the staff gets a beautiful write-up over here. Right, all these are females except for this one guy, right? All she. Unless it's this one person, Ren Ping Chen, who's he's lived in Chinatown more than 20 years and works in the construction industry, and that's all the write-up he gets. But everybody else gets these nice, lovely write-ups. They get to be somebody, but not us. You know, I mean, they're the face that gets called in for all this stuff. They're having karaoke battle fundraiser. They're helping out people in Atlanta. What about helping people right here in fucking New York? They're not going to take on the fights at home. They're not going to do anything that's going to risk, you know what I mean, their funding or, you know, their cushy-ass status for not fighting for us. That's the state of... we're going to get to some of the other stuff in a moment. Yeah, there's more stuff. I'll show you the real estate industry in a moment. Is this to foster an environment menacing and penalizing whistleblowers? The police, because that's what it looks like to me. You know what I mean? Why can't we support Stephen Lee? I even said, right, look, Sandra Ung, they say that she's untouchable in Flushing. They say that, you know, Yulin New, right? Yeah, they're trying to pander Astoria, right? That they know that there's only a certain number of slots available for Asian Americans. But the thing is that, right, they don't want anybody who's out of control or, you know, who's not going to play ball with their corrupt bullshit. And, you know, look, I know that my man Mark Safin said that Union News, like, you know, also so pro, like, disability shit. She's had a history of fucking over Asian Americans for a long time. And not responding and not giving a fuck for political advantage. So, you believe in her, go ahead. Right? Yeah, you go ahead. But when push comes to shove, if any fucking pressure comes, right, yeah, to fucking shell out the fucking disability community, you tell me. You don't blame me for what happens, man. Okay, I warned you. I warned you. Okay? And until she answers, you know, I'm not, she could just have her position. She could just say, look, you know, we could still just be at events together. They still suppressing me. They abandon me on... They're not trying to have a conversation. That when I call them, when I send them emails, they don't respond. And they send out the word, and it's a black ball on me. And they think they're so slick with it. Okay, I'll just document the whole thing. I don't care. This is the internet era. I'm going to document me sending you all the emails. I'm going to document the fact that you're not sending... You won't be able to show that you send anything back. Right? Or you make up some bullshit. And that's just what it is. I'll stand by the truth. I don't care. But this is the truth, right? Yo, I'm proud of this shit. This is the truth. Did he in his decades ever get help? You know what I mean? Nelson from CAV? Nope. You think that workers get menaced when they picket outside? They do. Right? Are they going to help us or be in solidarity with us? No. Stop embarrassing us. We need to be together. Shut up. There's a certain batch of people who get to be a part of it. Yeah, exactly. Once we're raking in the $20 million, we can't give you no money, but we need you to play along, okay? Shut the fuck up. And they get rich and they get recognized, and then there's another batch that are constantly excluded. Doesn't matter if you have the only fucking unionized Chinese restaurant in all of New York City. Doesn't matter if you're fucking cited by Serpico. Doesn't matter if you have the only third-party independent, candidate forms in New York City. Doesn't matter if you fucking, what the fuck you're doing, right? Yeah, you're out of line. Get shut the fuck up. Let me show you who gets in line. Okay, yeah, and some of the places that I've tried working. We're about to get to the housing shit. I'm almost done with this little rant right here. No matter what we achieve, no matter what we sacrifice, no matter if we were obviously excluded from any diversities projects. Let me go. Okay, let me just go to NYC Grow. Let's go to NYC Grow. Grow NYC. Oh, there will be no Asian men. What? Look, right? Yeah. There's some Asian females, maybe Latina. You know what I mean? There are no in any of the picturing. Right? Yeah. Just not. We're just that ugly. You know what I mean? Damn, bro. Look, there's some white ladies, some white guy. You know what I mean? Just not Asian American men. That's their idea of a diversity, right? Yeah, they got a black guy, they got a black woman, you win, and they got some brown people, got a white person right with the brown people, you know what I mean? But the Asian Americans, we're the competition. There's a female right there, you know what I mean? No Asian men. Got some white guys over here. Asian men, get the fuck out. That's why if you're Stephen Lee, Nelson Marr, Edward Lee, you get no help. But if you're fucking Yulin New or fucking what's her name? Sandra Ong, you get raised to the sky. That's what they want. They would have all Asian women in politics if they could, but they need a piece of shit like Andrew Yang to keep holding us in the things we work on down. Fuck Andrew Yang as Israeli state backers. It's corrupt as shit. Okay, let's get more into the stuff of what's... So now that what's the number one corrupting? Okay, and I told this to everybody in the Yang Gang that I met from day one. They said, why are you Tulsi first? Right, yeah, now I'm not really happy with, right, there's some disturbing things about Tulsi. Nobody's perfect, though, but I definitely admired her. Remember that Tulsi Gabbard and Andrew Yang are really the most two prominent and highest achieving, I guess, I mean, say, maybe not achieving, but recognized, right, yeah? They were both presidential candidates, right? Then they're both Asian American Pacific Islanders. That's who I have to work with. Those are... Right, black people want to look up to their leaders or the people that are doing well in their industry. Well, I'm going to look at Tulsi Gabbard and Andrew Yang. Make sense? How much are they doing for Asian Americans? I don't know. We got Tulsi here talking about anti-white racism, right? Yeah. Don't really remember her doing anything for Asian American Pacific Islanders. I mean, she's confronted like anti-Hindu racism, but never, right? And I know it's on Hawaii, it's a different thing. Honestly, there's anti-white racism on fucking Hawaii. And she's probably just, maybe she just can't even comprehend. I mean, she should be able to, but she doesn't seem to be comprehend racism against Asian Americans. Oh, well. Hey, look, Andrew Yang also, he went to Phillips Exeter. He had I mean, he's in where he fits in. And, I mean, I'm not mad at having all white friends, but people that think that they're donating towards Asian American says it right here. I think Andrew Yang is an Asian political activist. He's an activist for himself. He's not an activist for Asian American causes. Make sure that you understand the difference. They're very different things. Anyways. Let's make the ties to the real estate industry. Remember, the real estate is actually the number one corrupting influence in New York City politics. Now, when you have different levels of state stuff, notice that they talk about domestic workers, right? That's a state issue. Because remember, Medicare and Medicaid pass through federal down to the state, and the state is responsible for distribution of the Medicaid, blah, blah, blah stuff. You know what I mean? So the thing is that that's why she's working in domestic workers here. Yeah, the full protections of state law. And they have some money to slip into a AEPI commission. Now, if I look up Asian American Pacific Islanders, they said it was around April, right? I before was able to do a search on Asian American Pacific Island Commission, and this came up. Now it doesn't come up anymore. I'm not sure exactly why that happened. If I take a look at New York, right? If I just type in this, it's gonna go to like Maryland or something. And we might be able to look at this for a guide. Wait, where is this? Where is this? Massachusetts. Okay, but there's also one in New York. There's supposedly one in New York, but it's just hard to find. This is the Massachusetts one? Is this New York City needs a mayor's commission on? Okay. This is an interesting article in itself. We're gonna come back to this one, but you can see that the New York State, right? You can't on a Google search. I looked on page 1. It's not really here. You have the White House, New York State Asian PI. $20 million came in. These CBOs, community-based organizations, where's the money going? Time for us to get busy. Let's find out what's up. Okay. Okay. There are some other lists like this, and some of these lists move together. Yeah. YMCA's, it makes sense that they would get AFI, right? Yeah. I knew some people at AFI back in the day. I actually, and I'm not really, and the thing is that right now I want to say that I was actually, when I was working in the not-for-profit district of this type of thing, right? Yeah. AFI did have some actually crossover with the Jewish community. That was positive. I would say it was real positive. I actually really liked working with them for some events. But they actually have a very strong grip now on Working Families Party, on we're gonna look at the real estate activism and stuff, which I think is problematic, and we're gonna take a look at how that comes into play. Yeah, okay. So that's done. Let's get back. Let's start talking about the real estate now. Okay. Sandra Ung's done. Okay. Oh, Before I jump into the real estate, let me just finish off with this, this internal insiders outsiders club. So here we see someone wrote an opinion piece in New York City City Limits that New York City needs a mayor's commission on Asian American, Pacific, and Islander affairs. But this seems okay. Maybe it's a play for the 20 mil. Remember that happened in April. I think when they got funded in January, there's a push here. Interesting. Okay, so there's a push. We see something happen. Is it related? Is it the same people? Who knows? Let's find out. Okay. By the way, I think that Mayor Adams, right, I just want to give him, he actually stood in solidarity with Asians, and I really appreciate him for that. And I don't think he really has been properly recognized for that. So I know a lot of people have problems with Mayor Adams, and I don't want to, right, diminish their concerns in even the slightest, right? I think some of those concerns are valid. But no one's perfect, and I do think that Mayor Adams, does some positive work too. And in terms of his relationship with the Asian American community, he's come out several times. And I don't really, once again, I just don't think he's been treated fairly by the people with the leadership, right? And some of these people who had felt they had something to gain. So I'm not sure that he always looked out for them. Like I wasn't behind the closed doors, but for what he's done so far, okay, I do appreciate it. Yeah. So if you're feeling slighted in any ways, Mayor Adams, know that your work for the Asian American community is not, I do recognize that, so some positive things have happened, and I do appreciate Mayor Adams. People can say whatever they want now. We need your help with other things, man. We're gonna see. Your track record is not perfect. We need some help with my man, especially Nolan Farrell and Keith Getz, and that's huge. But this Asian American Pacific Islander thing, right? Yeah, you could consult someone like me who's got a long history of Asian American activism, Nelson Marr, right? Stephen Lee. Or you could just keep paying off these little milquetoast, pretty females that they be popping out at, Cav and stuff, you know what I mean? To really, what are they really doing? Right? It doesn't matter if you create the only unionized Chinese restaurant in all of New York City. It doesn't matter if you took on police corruption. It doesn't matter your activism work. What matters is that you're willing to play ball and you look good. Yeah? Get the fuck out of here. So actually it panned out. I was gonna search for who these people were, but actually I looked at this article. I was like, this seems kind of like one-sided with it, right? They need concrete commitment, they want money. This seems like almost like a pitch. So at the end I saw, it's written by Co-Executive Records Coalition for Asian American Children and Families. Okay. And then we see there are also a lot of other organizations jumped in. Picha, I heard of a Picha, Asian Pacific Islanders something. Yeah, I forgot about it, but I've contacted a bunch of times. I used to know people at Affy. I wonder if I think he probably left there. He was there for a long time. I should hit him up. He was a cool cat. We used to DJ and stuff. That was funny. Chinatown YMCA, blah blah blah, CAPC, right? Is there any but CSWA I guarantee is not on here. They don't want them there. And Power Transportation Pacific Islanders. I'm not mad at that, right? Yeah, I'm sorry that trans people are getting so much hate nowadays, but look, I'm not, saying that they should teach it in schools, right? And I'm not saying that y'all are saying that, but y'all shouldn't be diminished the way y'all are being diminished. That's how I think. You have a right to, live your life you want to live it. But NMAS is not here, right? CSW, Chinese staff workers, is not here. Let me just take a look at the word staff. See if they have... right. No, okay. Nope. Okay. So, right, there's certain people who are allowed in, certain people not allowed in. Is Cav here? Oh, I bet you Cav's here. Maybe not. Let's see. It would be weird if Coalition for Violence. Oh, Coalition Information for Violence did not sign this? That's interesting. Hey, maybe they got cut out. Hey, there's all kinds of weird stuff going on behind the scenes. We're going to have to find out a little bit more about what's that. Maybe they just didn't have time for this. Who knows? Right? What kind of community service group doesn't read their emails? Get the fuck out of here. What kind of public servant doesn't read their emails? That's their business to know. Stop, right? If you don't know, if you're not in the fucking game, then, go ahead and tell me, right? Oh, maybe they get it. Shut up. Because you're a lazy fucking, you don't read your emails. Don't think that the rest of the world's like that. Stop making stupid excuses that don't make any fucking sense. Anyways. So, oh yeah, now it's time for us to jump into the the minorities. Did I show you all the minorities was with me? I think I did, right? Yeah. So now it's time for us to get to the real estate issue. Okay, so Julia Salazar. Okay. Let's see about Julia Salazar. Now, she was actually known for lying big time. She got a black person on her thing, right? The people that matter. Blacks and brown peoples, yeah. Rodriguez, right? The minorities that matter. Black Lives Matter, got you. Right, yeah. I'm not mad at Black Lives Mattering, but guess what? My life never matters. Anyways, let's go back to the thing. It's fucking hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Aha. She worked as a community organizer for Jews for Racial Economic Justice. Now, actually, you can see on my website over here, right? I actually engaged in action at Julia Salazar's. She's actually featured in my series where I go against, we actually camp out in front of her place because she actually introduced a bill to try to start the the ending of public housing as we know it, and to push it to the developers. So where's that part? Activist projects. I should move the Assange thing further to the right. So which one is that one? Okay. Oh yeah, Julia Salazar. Okay. You can see that the DSA actually got pissed with her as well, right? The DSA of right. Oh, here we go.
What? You're from the housing group? Yeah, I'm here for DSA for NYC. We're trying to get Salazar to stand off this bill. We're going to perform tonight.
Is DSA going to pull up?
I think that what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and see if she can just sit on this bill, and that way no one else can pass it.
So I goofed. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do about it?
And otherwise, there ideally will be severe consequences.
I appreciate
you. You can't go on like this. This is a nightmare.
Yeah.
That's what it's coming down to.
Okay, so anyways, there's that, right? So the fact of the matter is that Julia Salazar, right? Who owns a lot of these properties? What about Met Council of the Housing? Now the thing is that that I had only third-party independent candidate forums, and I also have, right, done significant work in public housing. Now Met Council is something called the largest Jewish community social safety net in America, and also there's another with a very similar sounding name called Met Council on Housing. They are probably related. They don't have to be, but they probably are. Okay. We could also see that the staff right here, we can see the staff and board is Rosenfield, Ehrenberg, Shapiro. These are, Jewish people. And I'll tell you that I was really not happy with the way I was doing an event. I was at a protest, and I've actually had that on my channel. that the low income housing one? This one over here. Does anybody have footage of it? No. People should be able to testify. I could find these people. Oh, this is Cab right here, yeah?
New York City.
They're the accepted ones. This is Cab right here. They get to work with the white boys, not me. I get it. But then it wouldn't be so bad as long as they make sure our issues are addressed. But they just sweep the $20 million up and make sure we get nothing. And just party with the people that give them money. I get it. That's not good for Asian Americans. So at this event right here, right? Yeah, there was a guy from WPIX 11, right? Some big ass fat camera guy. And because he was from like the big shot camera, he's like, yo, I'm happy to shout out. They were trying to control me, right? Yeah, look, I'm an activist, so I'm there like, meeting people, saying what's up, right? Yeah, they're like, yo, calm down. I'm like, yeah, you calm down. What the fuck are you talking about? You calm down. You calm down, man. What you talking about? Who are you, man? You're not even here, right? Get out of here. I'm not taking no bullshit. Then he fucking pushed me to the ground. But did Met Council on the Housing help me at all? Nah. If I was black, they would have helped me, but they won't help me. Because if I go through fucking bad shit, you know what I mean? They make a little calculation, right? They make a little calculation and say, you know what? Weakness, we can take advantage. Let's sweep it up and let's fucking look. And honestly, this is a point of introspection for the black community that I work with as well. For Latinos, I think about this on a regular basis, and I hope that other Asian Americans think about this as well. The fact of the matter is that when black people were in slavery, Jews were, around at the time. Do we hear about any heavy Jewish involvement in terms of fighting slavery? No. Do you hear about now, like, when Jewish people are like, face discrimination in higher education, which used to be the case, now it's Asian Americans. Are Jewish people helping us now with discrimination that we face in higher education? The answer to that is no. Okay. Now, right? Yeah. Let's reflect that to something else now. Okay. Because we're not trying to make Jewish people look exclusively bad here. So let's ask about black people. When black people face racism, right, and denial of their narrative, right, yeah, and a misrepresentation of the way that they are portrayed, right, in media and on, right, yeah, they can see that the way that they're portrayed is a lie. But many times, right, they accept the mainstream narrative about what Asian Americans are, or accept a racial hatred narrative on Asian Americans. Tell me it's not true. It actually might be a human thing, right? Yeah, is it? Now, the thing is that as much as I help black people out with like issues, stuff like that, Black Lives Matter, whatever, blah, 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 right? Not really so much that movement, but really, I get the sentiment behind the slogan, right? The actual movement itself, the leaders, fuck the leaders. But the actual movement itself is, something I guess I could be, it makes sense to me, right? But what about, do Asian lives matter then? We see, a diverse night of music is like, black people get rap and reggae, Spanish people get, salsa merengue, white people get country and rock. Nobody looked like me. That's their idea of diversity. Every time. It's not just that. It's also in activism everywhere. So, is it really black people's job, right? Yeah, you see a lot of Asian people, Asians for Black Lives Matter, and that's cool. Where's the black people for Asian lives fucking shit, you know what I mean? The thing is that, right, it's the little people going to help the people above them in the social hierarchy, hoping to get help back. That's what it is. And the reason why y'all get to celebrate at parties while I'm getting cucked all night, just go to any fucking Manhattan bar, go to any fucking Brooklyn downtown bar, you know what I mean, and see who the Asian lady's with. You know what's going on. Shut the fuck up. Don't tell me. Don't fucking. You don't see it because you don't want to see it. If it was reversed, you'd be crying like a motherfucker. Shut the fuck up. So the real estate thing, we see that Julia Salazar, right, actually introduced the bill, right, to actually damage the public ability to hold on to the property. And who gets, right, Met Council Housing is supposedly the oldest, right, let's see about us, right, they're the oldest and our history. Housing organization in New York City, supposedly. They used to bill themselves as that. And if you take a look at public, right, let's go and look at the mayoral campaign, right, 2021, New York City mayoral housing. Okay, they had a debate, and they had a debate on Met Council for the Housing. It didn't get a lot of views, but they have the access. Okay, let's just go to their thing there. It should be there. Met Council on the Housing. Do they have their own thing? They actually had got your Jews here, right? Yeah, I'm not mad at that. They got their black person here, so they look good. Maybe, I don't know. It's a South Asian, I don't know. Yeah. They actually were given the mayoral debates. Strange, I don't see it anymore. Did they delete it? It didn't get a lot of views. Maybe they were embarrassed. They're always deleting information. It's so annoying. Gotta back up all this shit. New York City. I think they deleted it. Oh my god. So they don't have to. Yo, I swear to you, right? Watch the next election. Oh my god, they deleted it? The Met Council of Housing did actually have a debate for the mayor's New York City. Yeah, New York City Met Council has a mayoral debate. They deleted it? Why would they delete it? Maybe the candidates didn't want to stay liable for the statements. The Council on the Housing mayoral debate. There's some funny business going on, straight up. This is not, the CBS one is not, the Met Council on Housing actually had their own little debate. There's a lot of little debates that happen. Okay, it's not even on here. That's real. Let me just do a research here. Okay, NYC Met Council. Yeah. Nine candidates vying for Democratic Nation to be the next mayor. They put a virtual form to offer their stance on the issues critical to tenants. Co-hosted by Tenants PAC and Met Council Action. Okay. Met Council, right? They're very connected. And they were actually able to have, they were funding this particular, and this is the one that the mayoral candidates went to. A Tenants PAC, right, with shadow money able to enter anyhow, right? Yeah, maybe it's better. I gotta look it up. Yeah, Met Council on the Housing, right? Yeah, and they're the ones who have access, right? Not the, there's something called City Council Presidents, which is all the public housing presidents of the public housing system, right? They would seem like good people to be co-hosting an event like this. No, right? Yeah, it's Tenants PAC, right? Possible shadow money, and Met Council Action, controlled by, right, people that have a, right, and I'm not mad at it, right, they're primarily Jewish organizations, also, and they're able to control the narrative and the dialogue to a certain extent, or they're more, right, vulnerable to, you know, because there are people in their community that have ownership of a lot of this property and real estate and the narrative, right, yeah. That's just another, and their ties, right, to, you know, once they're controlling the narrative, and once they got in, right, Andrew Yang saw the money, they said, we'll make you a star. They made his wife look like Michelle Obama. They made her hair up real pretty. They sucked him in, right, yeah, they put him on TV, and he said, wow, I get to be the guy, you know what I mean? But you think you can do that and just literally burn down every single Asian American that you worked with? You know we're Asian American, right? It's not gonna be that easy, man. You know what I mean? Plus, I'm Korean. We were born to fight the bullshit. You know what I mean? We are born for this. We've been fighting, right, other countries' imperialism for decades. We're not going down easy. So let me check the chat right now, see if there's any comments or anything coming in. And I think I'm pretty much ranted out, I guess. I don't really know that I have much else to say. One watching for this. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Girls 69 XYZ. Okay. No thanks. I will just actually delete this one over here. Okay. Report by. Okay. Yeah. And, okay. Economic populists, Angle populist, agrarian hemp cannabis based are on the map. Pennsylvania Fetterman, woohoo. Okay. So economic populist, let me think what that is. I'd say I'm kind of Angle populist. I don't know exactly what the Angle populist thing is. I know it's Marx and Engel. I don't really these old dead, thinkers and stuff. We can get there's some cool ideas in there, but we have to also learn by practice, right? Agrarian hemp cannabis based, I'm cool, are on the map. That sounds cool. Pennsylvania Fetterman. Yeah, Oz is like a scam artist, man. He wasn't a very serious candidate, right? Even Tulsi Gabbard, right? She wouldn't touch Fetterman. She was trying to help the Republicans. It was kind of obvious, but she wasn't ready to touch them. That's why she helped Lee Zeldin, right? She could have helped out Diane Sayre. She could have helped out a lot of people, but she picked and chose her people to help. So she's got her own game going on. So is Fetterman a win? I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but better than Dr. Oz. Better than Dr. Oz for real.